In the heart of the forest, far from the curious eyes of civilization, there was a village called Selva Branca. This place, shrouded in mystery and fear, was avoided by everyone. They said that a curse inhabited the surrounding forest, a curse as old as the land itself. It was a cold and dark night when Anna decided to venture along the path that led to Selva Branca. Young and curious, Anna had heard stories about the village since childhood. Her grandmother always warned her never to go near that place. But curiosity was stronger. Armed with a flashlight and an old map, she walked along the narrow, winding trail, with the wind howling through the trees as if trying to warn her of the danger. As she advanced, the darkness seemed to swallow the light of the flashlight, creating shadows that danced sinisterly around her. After a few hours of walking, Anna finally saw the first houses of Selva Branca. The buildings were old, made of wood darkened by time, and appeared abandoned. The windows were broken and doors broken down. A deadly silence enveloped the place, broken only by the sound of her footsteps on the hard-packed earth. Upon entering the village, Anna felt a shiver run down her spine. The atmosphere was heavy, almost palpable. She continued to walk, drawn to a large building in the center of the village that seemed to be a church. The door creaked as it opened, revealing a dark and gloomy interior, illuminated only by the flickering light of the flashlight. Inside, Anna found old wooden benches, a dusty altar, and hanging on the wall, a crucifix covered in cobwebs. As she approached the altar, she noticed an old book with a leather cover resting on it. The cover was worn and the letters almost illegible. Driven by curiosity, Anna opened the book, revealing pages filled with writings in a language she did not recognize. Suddenly, a whisper echoed through the church, making her jump in fright. She turned quickly, but saw no one. The whisper, however, continued, as if several voices were speaking at once. With her heart racing, Anna decided to leave the church. But when she tried to open the door, she realized it was locked. Panic began to take hold of her as the candles on the altar lit themselves, revealing a hooded figure at the back of the church. The figure approached slowly, and Anna tried to move, but seemed paralyzed by fear. The figure lifted its hood, revealing a pale face and lifeless, empty eyes. When it was only a few steps away from Anna, it extended a bony hand and touched her shoulder, making her feel excruciating pain that made her scream. Suddenly, Anna woke up on the floor of the church, alone. Everything seemed like a nightmare, but the pain in her shoulder was real. With effort, she got up and managed to open the church door. She ran outside, gasping for breath, but the village now seemed different. The houses were no longer in ruins, and there were people walking through the streets. They looked at her with sad, empty eyes, as if they knew something she still didn't understand. Desperate to get out of there, Anna ran along the trail back to the forest. However, the more she ran, the more the trail seemed to stretch, as if the forest itself were conspiring against her. After what seemed like hours, Anna found a clearing and stopped to catch her breath. It was then that she heard footsteps behind her. Turning, she saw the same hooded figure from the church. This time, however, the figure was not alone. Beside it were several other figures, all with the same empty eyes and pale faces. They surrounded Anna, and she felt the terror grow inside her, paralyzing her again. The main figure lifted the hood once more, but this time its face seemed more defined, as if gaining life. It spoke with a voice that seemed to come from everywhere at once. "You shouldn't have come here. Now you are part of the curse." With these words, Anna felt her body grow heavy and fell to her knees. The figures began to close in, and all she could do was scream as darkness enveloped her. The next morning, the village of Selva Branca looked as abandoned as ever. But if someone observed closely, they might notice a new figure among the shadows, with sad, empty eyes, wandering aimlessly. The curse had claimed another victim, and the forest remained silent, guarding its dark secrets. The stories about Selva Branca continued to be told, warning the curious never to venture into the forest. But curiosity is a powerful force, and the curse always found new souls willing to challenge the unknown, only to become part of the eternal nightmare that haunted the forgotten village in the heart of the forest.